What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the League Alerts channel. Today, we'll be talking about the NBA 22 team format for the NBA playoffs that has taken place July 31st through October 12th in Orlando, Florida, Disney World. So basically, it was a 29-1 vote on this format. The only team that did not vote for this format was the Trailblazers, and 1 through 8 seed of both conferences will be competing, as well as 6 teams that are not in the playoffs and that are 6 games within a playoff spot. And that is the Trailblazers, the Pelicans, the Kings, the Spurs, the Suns, and the Wizards. If multiple teams are within 4 games of the 8th seed in the playoffs, they will all play a sudden death style type game for the 9th seed, and they'll play the 8th seed in the best of 3 series for a spot at the NBA playoffs. Teams are expected to begin training at Walt Disney Resort starting July 9th through July 11th. Today, I'm here with Josh Benson and Jalen Fuller here from League Alerts, and we'll be speaking about this format, and we will have, a discussion, give our predictions. So welcome, guys.
What's up?
All right. So how do you guys feel about this 22-team format?
I think it was really good because there was around, I think it was 16 games, 15 games left in the regular season before we went on hiatus. And specifically in the Western Conference, there was like 4-5 teams that could really compete for that 8th seed. And, Zion Williamson, he's back. And Jusuf Nurkic, he's healthy for the Blazers. So it should be a really interesting play-in tournament. And we're playing 8 more games of the regular season. I think this could be some of the best playoffs we've seen in recent years.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I was really excited about the group stage that was being discussed at one point when they were thinking about having, I think it was like 4 groups of 5 teams. And I don't know if you guys follow soccer, but they do that a lot here in Europe. And the World Cup viewing numbers, if the league wanted to gain some money back, that's what I would have gone with. But to be honest, I'm just glad we're going to have basketball back and we're going to have a playoffs. And I just can't wait for it to start again.
Yeah, I honestly really like the format. Just being a Suns fan myself, we had no chance of getting into the playoffs. So
a little chance.
Yeah, it's like a 10,001 chance, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, Devin Booker could go off at any time, and then
Devin Booker's been waiting for this his whole career, man. Speaking of the teams, who do you guys think is gonna win the whole thing?
No doubt, the Los Angeles Lakers. Everyone talks about playoff Kawhi, but everyone forgets what exactly LeBron did the last time he was fully healthy in the playoffs. Yeah. It was ridiculous. He put that whole Cavs team on his back.
I don't know if his 17th season he's got that extra gear anymore. He's been great through the regular season, and maybe this break is exactly what he needed. And I think that the Lakers are the team that's done the best off the break. But I think, given LeBron 3 months off, I think he might go crazy in the playoffs. But without my biases, I think probably the Clippers. But with my biases, I really want the Celtics to win, man.
Oh wow!
I'm really
Celtics. Yeah,
I always thought that they'd been really good going into the break, but I'm looking now, and they're only 5-5 in the last 10 games. But I think we played both LA teams twice. No, both LA teams even.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like there's a lot of sleepers too. The Sixers, you have the Nets. Also, the Thunder's been doing pretty good. The Rockets. I don't know, man. The Bucks. You cannot forget the Bucks. Giannis.
I'm worried about Utah. I think they're going to slip to their game ahead of the Rockets. And Thunder, I think they're going to end up at 6th seed because Bogdanovic is out. Donovan Mitchell won't be speaking to Gobert. I mean, I'm worried about them.
Yeah, the Jazz, I feel like their team chemistry has been off, considering the Gobert situation.
The Houston Rockets, though, because they already play a lot of isolation offense anyway. And team chemistry is going to be at, I feel team chemistry is going to be at, all-time lows. So you're going to see a lot of isoing and one-on-one basketball. And that's where James Harden and Russell Westbrook truly excel.
Yeah, I've been thinking that. I think, and Harden's had a break, so he can't use the "I'm tired from the regular season" excuse in the playoffs. And I think if Harden doesn't win it this year, I don't think he'll ever win a ring in his career.
Yeah, this is the best chance for the Rock. This is the best chance for Harden to ever win a championship. He's never going to have a better shot than this.
I agree, but also you have to think about the Rockets' small ball tactic that they have. I don't know if that's going to work.
It depends on how much emphasis people have been putting on the Rockets during the break. Because if teams have been really working on, because it's so different to how everyone else plays, if teams are focused on trying to figure out patterns and see ways to break down that team during this break, then they might be in trouble. But if teams are just like, when they go to a pickup game and you don't fully pay attention to the other team and you're trying to get back into your flow, they might struggle with the spacing.
Yeah. Also, Nikola Jokic, man, he's been looking slim. He looks buff now.
I think Nikola Jokic is one of those players that could really benefit from the extra weight. Look at Kevin Love. You know, it's Kevin Love. He's slim.
That's what I was about to bring up that point.
And then it's like,
are we sure Jokic is better in shape?
Yeah, I think Jokic, if he still has his groove, I think that's going to be very dangerous for teams to guard.
So, coming out of the break, who do you think are the winners and the losers from it?
I would say after the break, I think one of the winners has to be the Timberwolves, even though they're not in the playoffs. Just got D'Lo, Karl Anthony Towns. There's definitely one of the winners, maybe for next season, going into next season at least.
Yeah, and also they have, is it the fourth worst record at the minute? No, joint, I think it's third worst even. So they'll have joint best odds for the number one pick. So actually that's a great point. I think they might be the winners out of this.
Yeah. Also,
I didn't think of that at all.
Yeah, they're 14th in the West right now with a 19-45 record. And, yeah, they're right above the Warriors with a 15-50 record.
That's rough.
Hey, once Curry comes back, that's going to be something.
The Warriors are going to be something to watch next season.
Yeah. Also, I'm just going to say something with my bias here. I think the Suns definitely are winners this season. The improvement on the Suns, I think. That's something that has been unnoticed.
They're not a bottom feeder team anymore.
But you are still 13 games under 500?
Yeah. Bigger improvement than last year, man. Winning 19 games.
Yeah. Is this the first time that Devin Booker's had a real point guard?
Yeah. Well, they had Eric Bledsoe, Tyler Ulis at one point. That was like towards the beginning of his career, like first 3 years of his career, he had Eric Bledsoe.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Ricky Rubio he improved the Suns, I think, single-handedly.
I think Aaron Baines is the biggest addition that you guys have had.
Aaron Baines, yeah.
I'm a Celtics fan. I love Aaron Baines.
He hit 9 3-pointers in that game against the Trailblazers.
That was weird. And I felt uncomfortable watching him shoot that many threes. It felt wrong.
Man, but he was sinking those. Also,
so, what playoff matchup are you guys looking forward to the most right now? First round. Where do you think teams will finish, and then what matchups are you looking for?
I still see the Lakers snagging that first seed in the West, and the Bucks are definitely going to be first in the East.
Yep.
I think the Heat might be able to snag that fourth seed.
Yeah. You think the Heat are going to get the 4th seed? Where are they now? Oh, they are 4th. Yeah, I agree with that.
They're gonna stay in that 4th seed.
Do you think?
Then again, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons have had time to rest now, so they might be scary. Like that team fit, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, it doesn't really work because the spacing is so bad.
Also, you have to consider: do you think teams are gonna rest their players for those 8 games? Like the Lakers, the Clippers, Nuggets.
Yeah, I think the top 3 in both conferences are going to do that because in the East, Boston are 2.5 ahead of Miami, and in the West, Denver are 1.5 ahead of Utah. But Utah are probably going to slip. So, I'm looking for reduced minutes for Jokic and Jamal Murray for the Nuggets, and then I imagine Hayward won't play much for the Celtics. I imagine Gasol will take off a fair bit of time for the Raptors. And the Bucks are just going to do what they've been doing all season, which is roll Giannis out there for 25 minutes, give him 35 points, and then sub him out.
Yeah. Do you guys have word on John Wall if he's coming back for this?
I think it's still no official word. I haven't heard anything.
I don't think so.
But out of those 6 teams, who do you think is most likely to take that 8 seed? So you have the Blazers.
In the West, the Pelicans, no doubt.
You think the Pelicans?
The Pelicans.
I think
so much talent, so much depth, and then like their defense, specifically their interior defense, and then their perimeter defense with Lonzo Ball, Drew Holiday. I think it's going to be really tough to match for those other bottom dwellers.
I think if the Suns didn't have any sort of injury, I feel like they'd be higher up. But that Kelly Oubre injury is definitely a blow. If he doesn't come back, I think that's season's over for the Suns.
It was so consistent for the Suns this year. It was really like that under the radar player, but he did all the dirty work. He could score efficiently. He could defend his matchups. That's definitely a tough player to lose.
Yeah. So you guys think the Pelicans are going to make it out over the Grizzlies?
I don't think so.
Grizzlies are taking a seed.
I trust Dame.
That's my second option. Especially if Joseph Nurkic is supposed to be playing, he's going to be huge. He's going to be huge to get back, without a doubt.
I feel sorry for the Grizzlies because they're going to get pushed out just because they're a bit out-talented by the 2 teams that are right below them, when really they have been better this season. Like, it's not a fluke that they're, 3.5 games ahead.
And you know who's another sleeper this playoffs that I think could go far in the Eastern Conference?
The Miami.
Indiana Pacers.
The Pacers. Okay. It all depends how Oladipo comes back.
Well,
how
long has he been back? How long has he been back?
He was back like the 2 weeks before the NBA was closed off, I believe. If anybody
in their last 10 games, they're 7-3, which is the best in the East, I believe. Yeah, 7-3 in the last 10 is the best in the East.
Yeah, with Oladipo, Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon, Miles Turner playing? No, I don't think so. Right?
Miles Turner's still there.
Miles Turner's still there. Yeah.
He just fell off.
Yeah.
But I don't think they don't really match up with any of the top teams like that. I could see them maybe upsetting Boston, but if they went into Milwaukee, they don't have that interior defense or that they don't have that defense from just running.
I think Boston will absolutely wipe the floor with them. They have nobody for Tatum. Well, they could go Oladipo, but I just think he's too strong for him. They got no one really for Brown unless they put Oladipo on him. And then if that's the case, great. Then we got Kemba Walker. I don't think the Pacers match up with any of the unless they get a Heat. Their best bet is a 5-4 matchup.
How do you guys feel about the San Antonio Spurs, though? Do you think they have any sort of team?
It is over.
They're done.
You think so?
They are washed.
They have what he said. DeRozan and Aldridge aren't really good primary players. Like, they're not made to be first options in the NBA today.
The only way they pull anything out here is if Greg Popovich unretires Tim Duncan, calls Manu, and gets the band back together. Aldridge is great for the two games a season where they match up with the Celtics, and the rest of the year he scores like 12 points a game, but like just tortures us somehow every single time. DeRozan has, what's he doing this year? 24, 25 a game?
He's averaging 22.2 a game on 52% from the field.
Yeah, 27% from 3.
Yeah.
You're not winning with that. I'm sorry.
His effective field goal percentage isn't really what you'd call impressive, though.
Yeah, what's his
the kind of mid-range shots he takes and how he struggles at three-point line, he's not really that go-to scorer that you'd want.
Yeah, I agree with Jalen on that one.
Playoffs.
Completely agree, man.
What about Orlando?
Oh.
At home? They're playing at home? You think they're going to get anywhere?
No. Okay, so their best bet is what? How many games are they behind Brooklyn? Half a game behind Brooklyn. So their best bet is they get a matchup with the Raptors. And they did scare them in that game 1 last year. But they've got they've got no chance of making out the first round.
I,
The
I,
East is a 6
Will
team.
they be getting Jonathan Isaac back before the playoffs or no?
I'm
I don't
not
think
sure,
there's
but
a,
I don't think it matters.
yeah, I don't think there's an
No
official rule
Jonathan
on that.
Isaac, they have no chance.
Yeah,
I think
that's
the
a real
Magic
sticking point.
the Magic do have a nice team though, but I don't know. I just don't see them going anywhere.
A nice team for what? A nice team for what? What's their team nice?
That's basically it's for no reason. I don't think
Vucevic is really underrated, but besides that,
To be the 8th best team in the East with 2
it's
teams.
really impressive.
yeah.
Is it
All
really
right.
impressive?
Who do you think is coming out of the East? You Josh, you think Boston?
I think Boston.
How about you, Jalen?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Milwaukee. It's definitely between the top 3 seeds. I don't know.
Don't sleep on the Heat.
Okay.
The Heat match up very well with the Bucks.
Okay, so this is how the route to the Celtics get in the finals is the Sixers get a 5 seed and the Heat beat them. And then the Heat either make Milwaukee go 7 and really make them work or beat Milwaukee. And then I believe the Celtics could beat the Heat or the Sixers if it had to. But I feel like Milwaukee's a bad matchup because we got no Giannis answer. Because, like you said, Tice is our best center, and I love Tice.
He's
But
not good in the paint against them.
he's not
You
doing
need
much of that.
multiple
Is he?
players in the paint and a primary defender.
Although,
A strong, like you need a Kawhi type player, and then you need like multiple Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol
okay,
type.
I'd like to just say, whilst you're talking about matching up with Giannis, Marcus Smart was matched up with Giannis, matched up for about 8 minutes in total this season, which is about a quarter of defense. Forced 4 turnovers. Giannis averages at less than 4 a game. I think that's a matchup that Brad Stevens will probably go to quite a lot. Also got Jason Tatum. He's got a bit of size. I know he's not Giannis size, but I feel like we've got the wings to do with it. It's just that
Tatum could do an all right job, but he's not going to stop him when he's like actively in the paint. He can make it harder on him, but you need rim protectors when you're dealing with Giannis.
Yeah, Ennis Cantor isn't quite gonna work, is it?
Yeah.
Or Dale type.
What about Dallas? We got Porzingis and Luka.
Who are they likely to be matched with? So they are. I don't think they're not moving up a seed, are they? A game and a half behind Houston and Oklahoma.
Yeah. So it's basically in the playoffs. I would say Clippers, Dallas.
That's what I think. Luka makes it interesting. I think it goes 6.
Luka could make it interesting, but
yeah.
I have the Clippers in 5.
Yeah.
Clippers in 5.
I definitely don't think the Clippers are going to sweep them. There's no way.
Yeah.
Luka's not going to let that happen. Is this
You say there's no
Porzingis?
way. I could see them sweeping them. I don't think they will, but I wouldn't. If someone was like, "Oh, I know this is going to happen," I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, I believe you."
Is this? Do you think? This is Porzingis' first playoff run, right?
Yeah, the Knicks, we suck.
Yeah. So I think he can go off as well. He's a sleeper. Whoa. So
But the problem with
He could
Porzingis
exploit
is
the matchups against the Clippers because they don't have any really truly dominant big men that size.
the problem with that is, have you seen Porzingis try and play in the post?
Yeah.
At 7'3", he should be backing people down left, right, and center, but he's
more of a stretch.
Yeah. He's more of he's more of a shooter. You know, he doesn't really like to play that bully ball. You know.
He really should.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's like disappointing, really disappointing.
So Josh, you got Celtics coming out of the East, and Jalen, you got Milwaukee. What about the West? It's Lakers. Lakers all around.
Lakers.
I've got Clippers.
It's gonna be seven very close games with the Clippers, though.
Yeah.
I've got the Clippers. I think the Clippers will beat them in 6. I think if it goes Game 7, then I give the edge to the Lakers because I trust LeBron in a Game 7. But yeah, can I just quickly touch back on the point you were making about Luka giving the Clippers problems?
Yeah. Go on.
he's only shot 25% this season when guarded by Kawhi. And I imagine Kawhi will be stuck on him for about half of each game, probably the first quarter and the fourth. And then you got PG or Pat Bev on him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that switch.
In fourth quarter, I imagine they'll go PG on Luka and Kawhi on Kristaps. And then if they want to play a switch off that,
that's
you don't really want.
Man. That's gonna be clamps, bro. That's
why I know the Clippers.
I think Montrezl Harrell would be a better matchup for Porzingis, but
not a switchable onto Luka. That's my thinking.
Yeah, no, we're talking about like pick and roll type.
Oh yeah, for pick and roll defense.
Because I feel like that's gonna be crucial for them. But if PG and Kawhi just take over, it's wraps for them. I don't think Luka's not gonna do much with them guarding him. How about we haven't talked about the Raptors yet. How about the Raptors?
I give them a solid chance to come out the East if they don't have to go against Milwaukee.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Pascal Siakam. That's the name you got to look out for this playoffs, man.
Don't sleep on Lowry.
Yeah, Lowry, man. Also, championship winner last year. He knows what it is to get to the finals. What about you, Josh? How you feeling about the Raptors?
I think they'll struggle. I think that Boston's probably a bad matchup for them. If Tatum is as good as he's been for, I think it was the last 11 games where he averaged like 32. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's 11. OG
Anunoby could give Tatum some problems.
I feel like Anunoby might be a bit of an overrated defender. I feel like people, when he was drafted, he was like drafted to put on LeBron, and people have kind of taken that and run with it.
Siakam, Ibaka, Gasol, VanVleet, Lowry. I feel like that team, not as talented. I would say, in my opinion, that's not as talented as like Orlando per se, but their team chemistry that's what makes them like really, really good.
Not Orlando.
Yeah, I feel like Orlando has more. I would say individually they have more talent than Toronto, but as a team, I think Toronto earned like where are they at right now? Where are they? Third seed? I don't know. I feel like definitely the Raptors. As a team,
okay.
I'm saying Vucevic, I don't see that much individual talent on that.
Jonathan Isaac, you have Aaron Gordon. So I'm saying as a team, the Raptors are way better. But individually, you look at the names on paper. I feel like Orlando has more talent.
I can't really agree with that.
But that's brilliant. That's thank you for that. That is ESPN level hot take.
What about Brooklyn? Let's see. We haven't talked about Brooklyn yet.
I'm gonna mention Kyrie once, and then I don't want to hear his name for the rest of the conversation. Because I just have pure hatred for him. But
why? He didn't do anything wrong. You had Terry Rozier on that roster. Terry Rozier thought he was better than Kyrie Irving.
I mean, you got to have that confidence.
Here's my scorpion hot take. Terry Rozier is better than Kyrie Irving. There we go.
We got two hot takes up in here. We got two hot takes.
Okay, disclaimer. I didn't mean that. That was purely comedic purposes. No, Kyrie is immensely talented. Probably where do you want to put him? Third, fourth most talented player in the East right now.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'd say like KD's still there. Giannis.
Okay, KD's in there. I ignore KD. My bad.
Yeah, I would say like
from like 4th, 5th.
This season, I would say Giannis, Tatum, Kyrie, maybe.
Are we just ignoring Embiid? Because I'm fine with that. But I just want to make sure.
Oh, Embiid. Oh.
Okay. For a minute, I thought you were saying Tatum is head and shoulders above Embiid, and I was about to lose my mind because that's
I completely forgot Embiid even existed for a second. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Kyrie's the top 5 player in the East. However, team wrecker.
Oh, how about Jimmy Butler? I think he's had a better season.
I'd take Kyrie over Butler.
Oh yeah, he's had a better season because he's actually.
Yeah, I'm talking about like having a better season, but like overall.
Yeah.
Overall, Kyrie's better than Butler.
Yeah,
I would say 30 games this season.
Just
Yeah, for sure.
so the problem with Kyrie, and I'm going to try and remain as unbiased as I can, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be a losing battle. He thinks in the playoffs he can guard Giannis. I don't know if you saw that last year. He tried to match up with Giannis, like was shooing Tatum away and matching up with Giannis on defense, which I appreciate the confidence, but know what you're doing, know what the team's trying to do here. The Nets are they make more sense with Dinwiddie, but Kyrie is obviously a much better player, and they've got a wing depth with KD out. So who would they match up with? Toronto at the moment they match up with.
That's going to be a nice series to watch.
They got nothing for Siakam. Kyrie can guard Lowry because he's not a player that's really unguardable. Lowry will just do what he's going to do. That bench battle would be nice though. Dinwiddie versus VanVleet off the bench.
Yeah,
that's what I'd be more interested in than
the actual series overall.
Yeah.
Also, DeAndre Jordan is completely washed.
Yeah.
And Jarrett Allen will average 4 points a game against Marc Gasol.
No, I think, I was going to say that DeAndre Jordan is washed, but you also have Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen is a good defensive player.
DeAndre Jordan's still serviceable on defense.
Yeah.
He was never people have this opinion about DeAndre Jordan, but he could never create his own shots. His elite play was because Chris Paul is that good of a playmaker. He never really had a post game or anything. He could just finish after CP.
I'm pretty sure his rebound numbers are going down.
Yeah, his numbers are on the decline too.
He's obviously less athletic.
All right. So before we close it out, so our finals predictions for Josh, you got Celtics versus Clippers.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
I like the matchup for the Celtics, which is why I hope the Clippers get to the finals. And I've got Celtics in 7, Tatum finals MVP.
Ooh.
This just screams Celtics fan.
Oh yeah, I'm not hiding that.
Screams Celtics fan.
What about you, Jalen?
I've got Bucks Lakers and Lakers in 6.
See, if I was biased like that, I would say the Suns making it out. 10,001 odds. Devin Booker, finals MVP. But realistically, I'm going to have the Bucks Lakers. I say Giannis is going to take LeBron to 7 games. But Lakers are definitely taking it.
Who do you have finals MVP? Do you think AD gets it? If they match up with Giannis, and AD, his block numbers are high, and Giannis's efficiency and stuff is lower than what we all expect, then do you see a case for AD? What's it going to take for AD to get it over the narrative of LeBron in his 17th season?
I feel like
he'd have to really hold down. He'd really have to hold down Giannis.
And I feel like this is going to be very unlikely, but LeBron's going to have to take more of a playmaking role instead of trying to take over the game.
I think it's 10.8, is it?
No, but I'm saying you know how
10.6.
LeBron is in the playoffs. So LeBron wants to win, and he'll take over. But if he keeps continuing, trying to hand over, the ball to AD, then I feel like that's the only way AD would win. But if LeBron he's playoff LeBron and he starts dropping 30 a game, then that's how LeBron's going to take it. Honestly, that's going to be hard to tell. It could go both ways. It could definitely go both ways.
Okay, just whilst we're on LeBron, do you think that his free throws are actually going to be an issue this year in the playoffs? Because
I don't want to.
I'm worried about that. In the last, if I was up 1 with even 2 minutes to go, I just moment LeBron catches the ball, put him on the line.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Unless we'd really be doing something to slow him down in the game, but I can't imagine that's going to happen.
Anthony Davis is a good free throw shooter, though, so I'd probably have the ball in his hands in that situation.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to go like that, then you go Danny Green, but I don't want AD bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah.
Not really.
I feel like, yeah, if LeBron hasn't been working on his free throws over the break, then that's going to be definitely huge problem. Yeah, like if you give a situation like that down one, that's make or break there.
Yeah, if the Lakers, if it's like a 20-second game, right, and I'm up one, I think I'd probably foul LeBron.
Yeah.
Do you think he's making both, and then you get the ball back?
I think realistically he's making one. Realistically, he's making one.
Yeah, but realistically, is he making two?
Yeah, no.
I'm not here to hate on LeBron. I still think he's the second best player in the league. But
who's first?
Kawhi.
You have Kawhi over LeBron?
I mean, my whole thing is the last time, if you want to go LeBron's last playoffs, which is what most people do, they're like, oh, the last time we saw LeBron in the playoffs, he was insane. He was insane. Last time we saw Kawhi in the playoffs, Giannis averaged like 7 points a game less when guarded by him. That matters.
Yeah. But even if we're talking Kawhi's sizable advantage over LeBron in defense, individual playmaking has a way bigger impact on the game than perimeter defense. Interior defense is always going to be more impactful on the game. If you think about the NBA today, it's 60-40, 60% offense, 40% defense, if you really want to. Maybe 70-30, but I think 60-40 is more realistic. Because if you have a really good offensive player, but he can't play defense, are you going to take the player that is really good at defense but can't score for a lick?
Yeah, that's
You mean Ben Simmons?
I mean, Ben just needs to be more aggressive.
If I have 4 players, if you want to like take KD fully fit, if someone wants to argue to me 4, I'd even if someone really, really believes Steph, I'd just like let him have it. I have 5 players in the league that if someone's like, yo, this guy's the best player in the league, I'm like, yeah, okay.
I have Steph number 2.
This is Steph 2. Okay, that's a bit high.
Number 2.
Steph number 2 in the league?
Yes, sir.
Kawhi, LeBron, Giannis, KD fully healthy, Steph, Harden, AD.
I've always had Steph Curry over KD.
Yeah. All right.
Since 2016. When you look at his impact numbers, the Warriors were over 15 points better with him on the floor than off the floor. They were outscoring teams by 4 points when he was off the floor. The Warriors turned into an average team with Steph Curry off the floor, and that's with KD. That's with KD, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all that talent that was on that Warriors team, and he was still able to make them 16 points better. And that's pretty.
Oh yeah, I know. The first, second,
impressive.
The first, second, and 12th best offenses by using offensive rating all have Steph. The second, 4th, and 8th in all-time margin of victory all have Steph. You can rattle off stats, and like I said, you can have him if you wanted to put him first. I'd just let you have it, but
that's reasonable.
I don't want to take any more of you guys' time, so
yeah,
I'm gonna end the video off here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your predictions down in the comments below. So it's been Legal Alerts here, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.